friends, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Alana. I am going to be showing you all the books that I have recently hauled. It's been a minute since I've done a book haul, and I have a good chunk of books that I have recently bought. This is kind of an accumulation of like May to now. I did go on a little birthday haul as well, as one should. So I figured it was finally time to just go ahead and film this video and then go from there. The first book I have on my list is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I've heard a lot of people mention this book. I've heard really interesting things, and I've been really in a fantasy dragon kick. From what I understand, it's about a woman or a girl who is the heir to this kingdom, and she has this connection to these four dragons that were given to her before her birth. Her father is threatened by this, and so he at one point imprisons her, and so she vows to get revenge, and in order to do so she forms an alliance with one of his like bigger enemies within the realm or something like that. So again, I was hooked with the dragons, but then when I read more about the like political intrigue of it all, I was intrigued, and I was definitely willing to give this a chance, and I'm really hoping I like it. The next book I have on my list that I bought was Heavenly Bodies by Imani Ryu. I hope I'm saying that right. I've heard so many people talk about this book. I've heard so many people talk about how much they love it and how much they enjoyed it. I finally went ahead and just grabbed a copy for myself. It seems to be about a princess who is running from some sort of like heavenly body, like a star, and hence the title, and she runs into the hands of a neighboring kingdom's like prince or something, and from what I understand she basically has to train as a warrior to like fight against the star. I don't know, I'm kind of just gonna dive right in and hope for the best, but the fact that so many people have loved this, I'm really hoping that I love it too. And then next I bought The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I have seen her on TikTok, and I've kind of waited to see like if I really like the things that she says and the input that she has. And for the most part, everything I've seen just with her applying her insight and her theories on TikTok to whatever conversation she's having, I've enjoyed. So I'm intrigued enough to check this out and see if it's something I find intriguing or not. So the next book I bought was Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I am a big Emily Henry fan. I've really enjoyed every book she has written so far, though like some are more favorites than others. But either way, I've still enjoyed all of them. This was no exception. I actually really did enjoy this as well. So it follows a woman who is a like kind of like a pop culture writer. She finds this recluse old Hollywood star, and she proposes writing her memoir. The star instead makes it into a competition, and so our girl has to compete with another writer in order to be able to tell this lady's story. Also, I ended up pre-ordering this because I really wanted a signed copy of this book, so this is now my treasured item. Alright, the next book I have is a bit more, I guess, controversial. I don't know. The reason why I read it was because I was seeing so many polarizing thoughts about it that I couldn't help but be intrigued and decide to pick it up. And that is Silver Elite by Dani Francis. I actually enjoyed this. I wasn't expecting it. Definitely don't want anyone to come for me, but I actually thought it was a pretty fun read for the most part. It follows this girl who lives in this society where there are like normal people and then there are modifieds. And so the mods are the people who have special abilities. The way you can tell somebody is modified is that when they use their ability, all of their veins light up under their skin, except for our main character, Ren. She is a modified, but she's special in the way that her skin just doesn't glow when she uses her ability. For some reason, she doesn't know why. When you start the story, she is in hiding in this little town with her uncle, and due to like various events, her uncle gets caught. She has to basically form an alliance with the rebel group, and then she has to infiltrate this regime in order to figure out how to bring them down permanently. And from there, she is having to take part in this like military basic training in order to join air elite forces. People were saying it was a dystopian. I would say it's more like dystopian romance. If you're going in expecting a dystopian, lower your expectations, because it's there, like the elements are there, but they're like light. The next book I bought was Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. So fun fact, I forgot when it was supposed to come out, and so I didn't realize it came out till halfway through like May, and so I didn't realize that they had the special editions, but then by the time I realized, I knew they would be gone. So honestly, I was just trying to look for just a normal copy of the book, and it was sold out everywhere, and it was driving me nuts. So I then went to North Carolina to visit a friend, and I went to the bookstore down there, and I just happened to see this on the shelf, and it was the last copy of the special edition version that they had, and I just think that's wild because this is beautiful, and I absolutely loved this book. So I am super glad that I was able to find this edition. This follows a princess who is the spare. She is not the favored in her family. Her sister is the prize. Their plan to spy on a neighboring kingdom goes awry, and she ends up being their last chance to get any information out of them. So she ends up having to marry the prince of that kingdom. Her job given to her by her father is that she's supposed to suss out any information that they can, because the kingdom is so mysterious. I think the funny part is, like, she goes into this with realistic expectations. She's not a spy. She's not good at being sneaky at all, and she's like the worst person for this job. So then next, I bought Lights Out by Navessa Allen. This is a steamy dark romance. Loved it. And then I also bought Caught Up by Navessa Allen, which is the like companion sequel to this. And again, steamy dark romance. Really enjoyed it. I think out of the two, Lights Out is probably the favored of the two, but I think they were both pretty good, and I definitely couldn't help getting the copies so I could put on my shelves because I thought I just had such a great time with them. On to my birthday stack. This next stack of books I was not expecting to find. They weren't even on my list except for one of them. So I went into a Barnes & Noble and I was looking for the newest Finley Donovan book. I wanted a copy to go with my collection because I have all the books right now. And so when I walked into the section, the thing that I saw was these signed editions of the first two books and the last book. It was just sitting in the section, like hidden. This was like the greatest find of my month because I love these books. I got a signed edition of the paperback of the first book, and then I got the signed of the second book, and then the signed of the latest book of Finley Donovan. This follows a lady who is a writer. She's like a mystery writer, and then she's a divorced mom of two. And her books are doing terribly at the beginning of the series. They're tanking. She's late on her deadline. Like during a meeting with her editor, this woman overhears everything she's saying and assumes that she is a hit woman. And then decides to pay her to kill her husband. And so Finley is then thrust into this like huge chaotic mess that she has to figure out how to get out of, and then from there like each book is kind of like following a similar catastrophe that Finley is just unfortunately roped into, and it's just so fun. I love it. I love the banter between her and her nanny Vero because they're so fun, but they're a great dynamic duo. So next I bought Worth Fighting For by Jessie Q Sutanto. This is part of the Meant to Be romance companion books. I believe this is a Mulan retelling, but that's all I know so far, and that's all I want to know going in. Then I bought The Queen of Blood and The Reluctant Queen, which is book 1 and 2 in this series by Sarah Beth Durst. I read it and I thought it was interesting. I don't really recall the details of it right now, but I really enjoyed The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, and I'm really looking forward to this companion sequel of that series. So I wanted to give her other fantasy series a try too and see if it's something I could enjoy. And I just really loved these covers. I bought The Ex-Girlfriend Murder Club by Gloria Chow. This reminds me of John Tucker Must Die in the sense of there's 3 girls who were cheated on by the same guy, and then when they go to confront him, he ends up being dead, and now they have to figure out who killed him so that way they don't get framed for the murder. Then I bought The Rainfall Market by Yu Yong Guang. So this is a translated work, and it gave me Water Moon vibes in the sense of there's like a market, and whenever you are in a place where your life is just not going well, you get a chance to earn a ticket. And so when you get a ticket, you can go to the market and somehow you can change your life for the better. And I really love stories like this. I really wanted to give it a try, and I honestly couldn't turn away a chance to also read a translated work, and I thought the cover was really cute as well. And then I bought Beautiful Venom by Rena Kent. I've heard really good things about this. I'm interested. All I heard was Vampire Hockey Team, and then the last book I got was Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I've heard so many people rave about this book, and when reading the synopsis, I saw like there was like a competition and you got to go through different levels, and it just sounded intriguing, and I want to give it a chance and see if it's something I could like. That is my haul for the past few months, this like summer of 2025, I don't know. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you saw anything in the stack that you've read and you loved, or maybe you hated, let me know down below. I always like your opinions. If you liked the video, please give it a good old thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, leave that in the comment section. If you're not good at commenting, I'm gonna go ahead and say leave me an emoji. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. You're all some flowers in a world full of weeds.